Welcome back, guys. Gonna finish off the show with a couple of news and notes to pass around from the Major League Baseball. A couple of big injuries actually that happened about last week or so. Josh Hamilton's out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. What a shame again with Josh Hamilton, the guy fighting back from the addictions that he had, the big years that he had with Texas Rangers, and then signs that big contract with the Angels. You feel it's a redemption story, and it was nice to see because for all intents and purposes, Hamilton seems to really resurrect his career. And he just can't stay healthy. So another blow to the Angels. Gonna lose Hamilton. They probably won't see him on opening day. They might see him, more towards early May because obviously he's gonna have to rehab and get back into the shape. So April will probably be like his spring training. Also, Victor Martinez of the Tigers is out. He had a torn meniscus. Good news on him though is that Dave Dombrowski, the GM of the Tigers, came out the other day and said they expect him back in time for opening day. So that'll be a good sign if they can get him back. Obviously, in the middle of the lineup with Miguel Cabrera, having Yoenis Cespedes there now, JD Martinez, who emerged last year as a great outfielder. So they have a good overall nucleus of hitters. It's going to be interesting to see them without Scherzer or Porcello, but offensively they have a definitely a good offensive balanced team in that lineup. Um, a team that I forgot to mention that's probably going to be a lot of people's pick for the National League World Series to win the pennant would be the Washington Nationals. Nationals were quiet for the most part in the beginning of the season, in the beginning of the off season, excuse me, and then they went out and made that massive deal with Max Scherzer. Got to give it to Scott Boras because Boras clients always get paid somehow, some way. If he doesn't get them right away, there's no panic, there's no stress, there's no let's call a meeting and invite all these GMs in there. No, he just sits back and he knows that his guys are gonna get paid, and so will he. So will he obviously. But Max Scherzer signed a huge contract to go along with an already phenomenal rotation. I mean, you're talking about Steven Strasburg and Jordan Zimmerman and Gio Gonzalez. Um, I'm missing somebody here. The guy from the Tigers that they got. Uh, Blanking on him. Sorry about that, guys. But I mean, they have a tremendous rotation, and there's even talk about maybe trading one of them off to see Doug Fister. That's the name. There we go, Doug Fister. So they have a very good starting rotation that. I mean, they have a lot of. I mean, if you look at it, Max Scherzer, Strasburg, and Zimmerman could all be number ones on pretty much any team. Gio Gonzalez, for a point, wasn't number one. So, I mean, you're talking about really having four number ones pitching in that rotation. There was talk about maybe trading off Zimmerman or Strasburg even to get some prospects back or to get another big bat. They didn't do it yet. That may change. I say you're going to go for it this season. You have to at this point. The Nationals have really been going for it the last 3 seasons and have fallen short. But now you have all your guys healthy. You have a stacked rotation. Did a couple changes also in the offense. You move Ryan Zimmerman from the hot corner at third to first base, which should help him stay a little healthier, obviously. And he had a little bit of a throwing issue as well from third base to first, so this will definitely help him stay in the lineup because Ryan Zimmerman is kind of also the de facto captain for this Washington Nationals team, and they need his presence in the lineup because I think he kind of balances everything out as well as a team leader. He's also the kind of the face of that franchise. For me personally, you have Anthony Rendon now playing third, who's in the last 2 years shown that he can really hit. He's played a little bit of second base, a little bit of third base, a little bit of first, and now he's going to move over officially to third. You have Ian Desmond, who was rumored to possibly being on the trading block, and to my team, to the Mets, which I was so excited and giddy about. And then I heard that the Mets turned down the offer or didn't go through, and that really upset me. But maybe Ian Desmond will become available. Again, Desmond is going to be a free agent after this offseason, so whatever team does get him as a rental, we'll have to pay him or let him walk. And to me, he's going to definitely be in the $90 to $100 million range because he's that kind of dynamic player. He's probably one of the top four shortstops in the game right now, offensively and defensively. So he's an all-around package. He's still young enough. He's around 29 years old, where he definitely would get probably a 4 or 5 year deal in that $90 to $100 million range. You have Yunel Escobar now at second base. It's not a bad move. Escobar was a shortstop. They moved him to second base because of Desmond. Can hit a little bit as well. Has some power. Played the last couple of years with Tampa. And in the outfield, you have Span, you have Worth, and you have Bryce Harper, who I am predicting on this show that Bryce Harper is going to be the MVP of the National League this year. I think this is the year he's finally going to break out and have that year that everyone's been waiting for. And it's scary to think that this kid is still only about 22 years old, but Bryce Harper to me is the emerging face of baseball. The guy is like a Pete Rose of this generation. The guy hustles in every single play, and the guy bangs into walls. You know, dives into fences. It's crazy. He's got to tone it down a little bit there. I agree with Matt Williams, the manager of the Nationals, who's tried to calm him down a little bit because they obviously need him in that lineup, and health's been a concern with Harper over the last couple of seasons. But when he's healthy and he's clicking, the guy has such quick hands. He can hit at anywhere. I mean, this kid has some special talent that I really believe is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I think he's really going to be a true MVP every year kind of player. Going toe to toe with Mike Trout every year. Trout's obviously had more success going forward so far, but Harper is a little younger, and Harper is going through some of those growing pains, learning some things the hard way. But I think he's maturing quickly. Excuse me. Um, and I think that's going to help him. I really do because remember he rushed through the minor leagues. He only spent about maybe like a year and a half in the minor leagues, and they rushed him right up because there was so much hype about this kid. This kid was the teenage prodigy that was on Sports Illustrated at 16 years old. He was what LeBron James was to Major League Baseball. I remember reading that article and thinking about who is this kid? Why are they highlighting this kid at 16 years old? But for what he's done so far, he's done quite a bit so far at such a young age. So I think this is going to be the year that he really breaks out. And if this is the year that he breaks out, the Nationals are going to be scary because the Nationals have a team that's built to win now. They have the rotation, they have a good bullpen, and they have a lot of good complementary players, some good stars on this team as well. And if they all stay healthy, I think the Nationals will be in the World Series this year. Who are they going to be playing against? That's a good question. In the American League, I have to give that some thought because the American League, there's a lot of teams right now that could be in the mix. I like what the White Sox have done too. I think Rick Hahn, the general manager for the White Sox, made some nice moves this offseason, getting Melky Cabrera, adding Adam LaRoche, signing David Robertson to close, trading for Jeff Samardzija to go along with Chris Sale in the rotation. They have some really good pieces there too. Are they gonna, dethrone the Tigers? It's possible. I think it really depends on the health and the situation of Justin Verlander and if he can bounce back to being Justin Verlander of the 4 years ago. Um, the like I said mentioned before, the Tigers have lost Rick Porcello. They lost Max Scherzer, so they still have some good pieces on that team with David Price and Anibal Sanchez. So I think as far as Verlander goes, Verlander needs to be more of the Verlander from 2011, 2010 for the Tigers really to continue that continued success. Um, but the White Sox could definitely be a team to contend with. I think the Red Sox could be a team to contend with, especially if the Red Sox go out and add an ace type pitcher like a Cole Hamels. Um, that still, I really do think Cole Hamels will be traded before the All-Star break. I really do. The Phillies are in rebuilding mode now. They're dismantling that whole team, and rightly so. I mean, that team is old. Team's got a lot of money owed to Ryan Howard still. They need to get some young prospects in there. They need to revitalize that organization. To me, that's fine because I'm a Met fan. If I face the Phillies 18 times a year and we can beat them, 16, 17 out of 18, I'll take that. But same thing with the Braves. The Braves broke down a lot too. They traded off Jason Hayward, Justin Upton, Evan Gattis. So they lost a lot of pieces, and they're rebuilding as well. For the next couple of years, obviously with 2017, they're going to go into a new ballpark, so they're going to get a lot more revenue coming in there. So they still have some pieces that are Met killers. Freddie Freeman comes to mind whenever I think of Met killers. So it's always fun playing him 18 times a year. But I'm definitely looking forward to baseball. Season's only a couple days away before pitchers and catchers report. That's really the official start of baseball. Then you obviously have the exhibition games in March. We'll keep you abreast with all the latest news. Obviously, we're gonna have some NBA talk next week as well. We've got the trading deadline coming up. Got the All-Star game coming to Madison Square Garden / Barclays Center this weekend. Should be fun to watch. I'm looking forward more to the three-point contest than the actual game itself. I think the game is just a bunch of alley oops and dunks, and when the score is 188 to 182, it's just a little ridiculous. There's no defense obviously played, but the contests are fun, the 3-point contests and the rising stars and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully Antonio will be back next week. Again, we send him all our good wishes to get healthy soon. And again, thanks for listening. We're on every Thursday between 12 and 1. I am Matt Brownstein. Thank you and have a great day.